any other game that you can say na parang, oh, Lorcana is like that?
Not really, because I did manage to play Vanguard and Wise. They have a very different mechanic where you have cards that flip. You have like set places.
Those are Japanese design games.
Yeah, there's Japanese design games, but in terms of like Western side games, like Magic is the nearest thing I could compare it to if you want to see a comparison to it. But if you're coming in blind, it's a really nice game to learn from, to start learning from, because it's not complicated as much.
Welcome to another episode of the Games We Play by Playcafe. In this episode, we have a very special friend who joined us today to talk about Lorcana, Bernicci. Miss Bernice, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I usually go by Bernicci. Lorcana is something like it goes with being a cosplayer, a gamer, and a lover of Disney. I put that all together, and I ended up in the wonderful world of Lorcana. And ta-da!
That's why I'm super excited kasi I've been curious about Lorcana for the past 2 to 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
And at least for now, meron ng local distribution.
Yes.
The game has always been just out of reach. So if you're curious about Lorcana and you visit us here at Playcafe, Upper McKinley BGC, open from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. and on weekends 10 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Magdamagan to. And you saw that, uy, may Lorcana na! This might be the episode for you, all right? We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about collecting Lorcana, playing Lorcana, maybe getting competitive about it, how to get started, and everything in between. So, tell us about Lorcana. Again, it's clear that it's a game you love so much. You're in cosplay today. Who is this?
This is Mirabel Madrigal from Encanto, and yeah, so tada.
There's obviously Mirabel sa Lorcana.
Yeah, I think so too, sir. I think she's there.
Yeah, she's kind of there.
Yeah.
Okay, so how'd you get into Lorcana?
I got into Lorcana when it was at the right time. So, believe in the right timing thing. I recently graduated from my master's degree in California. And then my parents took me to a grad gift of going to Disneyland.
Yay!
And sometimes, when you're in a location, the ads pop up. And in my phone, it kept on popping up that there was Mulan cards. And I was like, wait, it wasn't just Mulan, it was Mulan's friends. And I was like,
So everyone in Mulan.
I was like, hold my wallet. So I'm like, it's from there. And then they didn't have it as much in the park yet, because it was the day that we left when I saw it. But I went around California, and then I found this one card shop near me, that a local that had Lorcana from the very beginning, but always did not have stock. So that's the thing about Lorcana.
So they had posters, they had stuff, pero
Wala.
like none of these.
None of these yet. But when I came back the second time and they had it, I went for it. I went for it hard. I actually just celebrated my 1 year of being in Lorcana last
Your
June 4th.
Lorcaniversary.
My Lorcaniversary, yes.
Oh. So a year into the game,
Yes.
and it's clear that all in. Let's first talk about what is Lorcana. All right,
Okay.
Clearly you have a history with it, and you'll tell us more about that with your infinite wisdom and experience. Ano nga ba yung Lorcana? How do you play it? Like, just what's the elevator pitch?
Okay, so Lorcana is a card game that has Disney characters and just having fun with them.
Almost that alone is enough, diba? It's like,
Yeah.
it's a card game
So-
with Disney.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've ever thought of what would happen if Cinderella sang Elsa to sleep or something, or like you suddenly pull out a dragon Maleficent to like banish Pooh Bear.
Or Hook fencing with Mulan.
Yeah, hook fencing. Who's gonna survive? Who's gonna stay? So it's really that.
Okay.
And just if you love Disney, you might like this. If you love card games, you might like this. And if you just love putting all of that together and having fun with your friends or competing against your friends, you might really like this. So yeah, it's a good game to get started. You don't need to be very good with card games. You just need to like enjoy and have fun. So yeah.
So that's half the elevator pitch. But for like those who are mechanically curious, how would you explain a game of Lorcana? Is it combat? Is it like, do you have to like parang magic ba siya? Diba? Like, that's what people will ask.
I think the very easiest way of saying it is like it's a lighter version of Magic. It's because I've played Magic, I've played Weiss Schwartz, I've played Pokemon, I've kind of dabbled in Yu-Gi-Oh! But Lorcana is unique in a sense that if you enjoy playing Magic, it's lighter. It doesn't have that aspect where you have to answer your opponent. It's really just you use up your resources, you set up your characters, and then it's a race to reach the points. Because Lorcana is about reaching 20 lore,
20 lore.
points, compared
Okay.
to like past games where you like need to obliterate your opponent.
So instead of 20 down,
Yeah, it's
Zero up.
So zero up. So it's a race to the 20. So like for us, aggro means a different thing than the usual aggro.
aggro is like getting to the 20
Getting
fast.
to the 20 fast. It doesn't matter if you banish. You're not allowed to say kill. You
Or
banish.
destroy. Like, nothing gets destroyed here.
You can't
They
destroy. Destroy is okay, but it's banished. So like even if you banish stuff, what matters the most is
the lore.
Is the lore. Whoever gets to that lore the fastest wins.
So it's like your cards are telling their story.
Yes.
So by hitting the 20, that means your story came to a close.
Yes.
Parang natapos mo yung, you told your
Yes.
story, I win, peace out.
Yes, exactly. Because
Okay.
like when you're playing Lorcana, you are an Illumineer. An
Oh.
Illumineer is like there's a whole lore going into this.
Yeah,
where-
I love the game's story
Yeah.
as much as the mechanics.
Yes,
so
it's really-
I'm an Illumineer.
Okay, you're an Illumineer.
And then?
And now each set is a different story that's happening to you.
Like an arc.
Yeah, an
Uh-huh.
arc. Like it's a new season, new story. So during the first chapter, it's when when you find the Illuminary and you keep on going because what happened in the Illuminary was like you lost the Hexwell crown. So there's this thing where you call the Hexwell crown.
So story siya, like
So it's really storyboarded.
That's the what's that thing called? The thingamajig.
Yeah,
the Hexwell crown.
It's the magic thingamajig of
Uh-huh.
this thing.
Okay.
But as you
MacGuffin. It's called the MacGuffin. Yeah.
as you go through it, each season or each set unveils another part of the story. So right now we are at the reign of Jafar.
Okay, so
We're here.
it's a Jafar centric story.
Yeah, Jafar centered story now, but it started with first, which is the intro. I don't want to like give the whole thing in case you guys want to research on it.
Basically, how many sets now? What number is
at
this?
8.
So this is set 8.
We're
So
at 8.
parang chapter 8.
Yeah, chapter 8.
Okay.
So chapter 1 to 4, the big bad was Ursula. Chapter 4, the big bad was Ursula. Chapter 5, Shimmering Skies, they had a party,
This
but
one.
they partied too hard and their like home base kind of cracked. Let's just go with
Okay.
that. It broke. You can see the trailers online.
So the home base of the Illumineers.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
having so much fun and they didn't notice it
Okay.
cracked. And then come to 6 is Azurite Sea. They had to sail the Azurite Sea. 7.
So like
It's
like
an
ocean set.
Yeah, it's an ocean. So if you've ever
Ah.
like pirates or like you like Treasure Planet,
so it's
that's where you go.
pirates, everybody.
Yeah. So if you love your Pooh Bear and you're like Peter Pans, they turn pirate. You've seen Wendy turn.
They're like
into a-
they're like ship captains.
yeah, they're ship captain. Pooh Bear has his own ship.
So that explains the what if looking
Yeah.
vibe of this.
Yeah. And then you get to set 7, which is Arcasia's Island, because you sail the Azurite Sea.
You got to the island.
Arcasia's Island,
Okay.
and you meet Arcasia the Owl.
It's an original character.
It's an OC. It's an original character for Lorcana.
Okay.
And then once something happens there, and now you're in Reign of Jafar, because let's go back to the Hexwell crown. Jafar found it during set 5.
Jafar's the MacGuffin.
Jafar took it and it's like he learned from Ursula's mistakes, and now boom, we're now at Reign of Jafar. So to see more of that story, you have the Reign of Jafar set, the Illumineer's Quest. So
Okay.
that's another thing to like find out how the story goes. But yeah, we're here, and now we're in the season where we're trying to fight off Jafar and win back Arcasia's Island.
Right. So
Tara.
there is a lore to it, but long and short of it is you're an Illumineer as players, and then we play and interact with our favorite Disney characters, and then we try to tell our story within that chapter. So
Yes.
parang that's the lore to mechanics bridge.
Yep.
Okay. Talking about that now,
Okay.
0 to 20, we need to score our lore. What's a game length like? What's let's say we've done our game, we've told our story, like ano average?
So usually a best of 2 game is about 45 minutes. So a one
2 games na yan.
2 games, that's 2 games.
Oh.
That's the usual timing for like a tournament is 45 minutes. If it's best of 3
For a round.
For a round. So best of 3 sometimes it goes 55.
Okay, so
hour. So-
15 to 20 per game.
Yeah, 15 to 20.
That's not
per game.
bad.
It's not bad. It's really good if you're aggro. But
Because
if
you
you're
have
not
extra time.
Yeah, if you're not, well, good luck to you.
You can go to the bathroom, get a drink, you're fine.
Yeah.
Check the other players out. Okay, so it does sound like Magic Light. I've heard it described as, by content creators, even in conversations, even when I'm asking friends about it, it's like Magic for kids. I don't like that. I prefer that to not call it Magic for kids, because there's a lot of inner children in us that find, a warm and fuzzy when you're talking about Disney.
Yeah, it's not gonna be warm and fuzzy when you start winning. You know?
Exactly, or when you're in it. So here's the thing: I have a confession to make. I haven't played Lorcana.
Oh my
A lot of the
goodness.
games that I cover, that we talk about on the podcast, like all the episodes, like this is going to be episode 17, something like that.
I think it's 17.
18, maybe. 1 to 17, 1 to 16, nalaro ko na lahat yan.
Oh dear.
It's more of a rhetoric conversation I have.
Oh,
But
okay.
this one, I'll tell you now, I haven't played a single game of Lorcana.
Oh, no.
I've seen it, I've watched dozens of videos, but I never played. So all the more now my eyes are open, my
Oh my
mind is
goodness.
open. We've compared it to Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Any other game that you can say na parang, oh, Lorcana is like that?
Not really, because I did manage to play Vanguard and Wise. They have a very different mechanic, where you have cards that flip. You have like set places.
Those
you
are Japanese design games.
Yeah, there's Japanese design games, but in terms of like Western side games, like Magic is the nearest thing I could compare it to if you want to see a comparison to it. But if you're coming in blind, it's a really nice game to learn from, to start learning from, because it's not complicated as much. Personally, from my gaming situation, I started with Y Shorts. I dabbled in most of the Bushy Road because my friends like Bushy Road games.
Bushy's good.
Bushy's good, but
I mean, in their prime, they're good. Like when they know what they're doing.
because Love Live used to be my favorite thing. So, but after that, I went into Lorcana blindly, all because I got attracted to Mulan and I wanted to play her cards. But the more I learned from it is that my coach was talking about how similar it is to Magic, and I did my own research where the top players were from Magic, and
They
I was
were
like,
Magic burnouts.
they were Magic. The thing is, like, they would get burned out from Magic and play Lorcana and enjoy it.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
so I'm like, bro. So that's what happened. So Magic is the nearest thing because as we dive deeper into like how the gameplay works, is a big part of Lorcana is the inks. We call it inks here. It's mana for you guys.
Yun yung sabi nila when you ink the card.
When you ink the card.
Yeah,
and
so
all
basically
that.
play it as a resource.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So that's the thing about it. It's heavy on the idea of inking your cards and playing your cards. So it's managing your resources and playing them well. So with like the decks you see here,
There's several.
there's several, but the thing is, it's very different than Magic, where you're only limited to only lands.
Yeah.
In Lorcana, it's a whole different thing, but the idea is you have a card. During your turn, you ink that card, and you use your ink to play a card. Because again, we go back to being Illumineers. Our ink is our inkwell, and we draw our characters. So within,
Or you write your story.
Or you
with
write
it.
your story
Yes.
again, and then when you have your characters out, they have to dry. Like summoning sickness, but they dry, and then by the next turn, that's when they can start doing their magic. So it
They
has-
dry.
Yes, inkwell dry. So, yeah.
Okay.
So it has commonalities with like different games, but in terms of its like originality, it is on its own a game that's I would not say it's for kids because it simplifies it enough that kids get to play, but it also engages with adults who want to play it.
Yeah.
And one of the craziest things when I played in the qualifiers in Vegas, one of my opponents was like a 10-year-old kid. And I was like, what? But we were running the same deck, but I was like, what? And then I was beside his brother and I was teaching the brother how to play it. And we were like, what? There's no age limit to this as long as you can understand the rules and the rules and the wording of your cards, and you're free to play, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Lorcana has that in similarity with a game that I'm very much in love with right now, Beyblade.
Oh.
Beyblade X is a game that also links generations.
Yeah.
And again, you can't take it easy on kids because sometimes they know what they're doing more than you do.
Oh, no,
Diba? Kids,
bro.
and that's what makes a good game. I think that as much as I love Magic and how complex it is and how deep that game is with all its layers and its creative expression, a game like Lorcana and a game like Beyblade X, if it's so simple that you can still, play on that same space with someone who is 5 15, 20 years younger than you. I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really cool.
Talk me through what a card looks like. So this is what?
Okay, so
this
you
is storyboard.
Yeah, okay. So he pulled off a card from this Madrigal
Encanto deck.
Encanto deck. So very much in character.
Yeah.
So okay, let's start with this.
Talk about
I
your
don't-
uncle.
Okay. Oh my God, it's my uncle. Like it's
It's
Bruno.
Bruno.
I don't know if you can see it very well, but
Yeah,
there's
we'll put up a picture.
there's Bruno.
Okay, so from the upper left corner.
yeah, upper.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I? Can I put this down for a bit? Sorry.
There you go.
Okay. So as you can see here, this is like how a usual character card looks like. You have the cost of ink over here. You have his name, like Bruno Madrigal over there. And then what kind of Bruno Madrigal is. Because there are a lot of Bruno Madrigals.
So this allows for different characters
Yeah.
to show up.
Yeah.
Or same characters to show up as different kinds of themselves.
Yes, but
Okay.
like all other card games, you're only allowed 4 copies max in
Yeah.
a 60 card minimum. There.
Yeah. So pwedeng same character, different sub.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So like there's a deck here that has like 4 Mulans with different kinds of Mulans.
Yeah.
And then you have the descriptions over here.
Traits?
Traits.
Yeah.
The traits are under his name. The traits can change. Like
Yeah.
for Bruno Madrigal, he's a storyboard, an ally, and a Madrigal. And then you have like the colors, the ones over here are his like
Rules
abilities.
text, yeah.
Yeah, his abilities and what he can do. And then over here is the lore, which is what you need to win. And then here is like willpower and the strength. So where the sun is, that's the attack or like the offense of the character. And then the shield is the willpower or like their health. So,
Toughness.
their toughness, actually. That's what magic people call it.
Yes.
So that's what you need when you start attacking stuff. So yeah, these are like the basic parts of the of one card.
You can count these elements in one hand.
Yeah. So like
Simple, yeah.
So from there, what makes something inkable or you can turn it into like mana is if you have this like border thing. This border is what tells you like if a card can be turned into an ink or not.
So with that circular
With
border,
that golden circular
you are
border.
inkable.
Yes, you are inkable. But if not, then you cannot be used as ink for that. You cannot be turned into ink for that.
I see,
turn,
I see.
unless you have some special ability to it.
Yeah, so there are certain cards that are not inkable.
Yeah, but
I can see here's the Kronk, Head of Security from the Emperor's New Groove. He's
Yeah.
uninkable.
he's not inkable.
Yeah, so his ruling
oh my gosh.
doesn't allow him to be inked. So show me something else. Show me that's
Let's go with our favorite non-villain villain. I call it the non-villain villain.
spoiler alert. I haven't watched Encanto, by the way.
I have very mixed feelings about this. This is what you call a non-inkable card, right over here.
Wala siyang border.
It doesn't have a border on the side, but it's our grandmama, our Alma Madrigal. So the deck I pulled out is a pure Mirror Encanto deck. I made it for fun, and it was kind of fun to make. But yeah.
Awesome. So again, if you don't want to play for mechanics, you can play for theme.
Yeah.
Like just build an all Encanto deck, build an all Big Hero 6 deck, build an all Lion King deck.
Yeah,
So there's no problem. Like you mentioned something about villains, something about allies or something.
Yeah.
Are villains allowed to be in the same deck?
Oh, very much so. Because
Okay.
like when it comes to being allowed to build whatever in a deck, the only rules in building a 1v1 deck is, or a deck in general, is 60 cards minimum, meaning you can go above 60 if you wish so. And there is no like prescribed amount of inkable and uninkable. It's really up to how you.
It's your balance.
It's your balance.
That's your deck building,
Yeah,
essentially.
but it's really minimum of 60 cards. Only 2 colors in one deck.
Only two colors can be represented.
And we're gonna
Okay.
get to the colors soon.
Okay.
And then that's it. So
There are other card types. That was basically the creatures of Lorcana.
Creatures. I think
That's
did
your.
pull out all of the.
Yeah, you did. There's
Yeah.
actions, action songs, items, and locations.
Yes.
Okay.
So because like I end up teaching most of the time for Lorcana, so I have this Madrigal. May you please?
Yes, of course.
So like I usually have this deck to teach and show people what's in a deck and all that. So we had the creatures right over there. And the next thing we have our locations. So where else does the family Madrigal live? On the Casa Madrigal. So this Casa Madrigal is a location. It also has like, so you can put it up, but you know when you play it, it's sideways. You have its ink cost right here. It's willpower or
It's inkable.
it's inkable. This one is inkable because this is a kid's deck.
Because it has
It's
a thing.
It's
Yeah.
a teaching deck. And then you have this where you put how much you pay your ink to put the cards inside, because in Madrigal, as long as someone is inside Casa Madrigal, they earn 1 lore, and it's a race to 20. So having someone in without doing anything, so that's the location.
Okay.
And then we have actions and songs. What's the difference?
Yes.
Vince? So another thing about it, so we went through the creatures, we have location, now we have actions. So as most of us know, Disney is all about singing sometimes.
There's always one big song at least.
There's at least one.
At
but
least.
the thing about Lorcana is there's action. So the nearest thing you can call it for magic are the spells or instants.
Sorceries and instants.
Sorceries and
Yes.
instants. So the difference is
Single effect cards.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the difference is that when you say it's action, it's over there. You can see it down below there that says
Mm-hmm.
action. Is that you can only play this by paying with your ink.
So
You have to pay it with ink.
Okay.
So whatever ink in your inkwell, you exert it to pay and use this.
Mm-hmm.
But songs, on the other hand, they make a difference because they're able to be sung. See? So you can see here, it says their action and song.
Correct.
And it's the family madrigal song.
Okay.
You know, when she's having a moment.
Uh-huh.
So the difference about this is that
It has a reminder text of saying a character with cost 5 or more can exert to sing this song for free.
yeah. So we're
Okay.
gonna bring out an example of a character. This is our cost 6 Mirabelle.
Okay.
So if you have this on play, instead of paying
5 ink.
or 5 of your resources, you can use a ready character, a character that's able to play, that's dried already.
Yeah, so it means they came in the last turn.
Yeah, at least the last third, and then you can exert them to sing this for free.
So it's like playing it for free.
Yeah, without having to use your ink, but then it doesn't let you lore.
Right.
So you're
parang
kind-
it takes that action instead.
Yeah, but you can use other actions to gain more lore, because this is like a song synergy deck with all the madrigals singing together to gain more lore.
It's very thematic.
It's very thematic. The thing is, like, as long as you like certain like series, they have a theme with their abilities functioning as well. As long as you look for it.
Mm-hmm.
So madrigals, they use amethyst and amber, and they're more into singing. They're
Purple and yellow, basically.
they're actually more in this one. For the latest one, the Reign of
Yeah.
Jafar.
So
Yeah.
Bruno is there. They split it with the
Yeah.
Frog Prince.
Tiana's over there, but
Frog Princess?
the
I
Frog
didn't,
Princess.
I didn't watch that one, sorry.
But yeah, so there are like most of the theme of this is that. So there's
Okay.
that. And last, I think that we're missing is
Items.
Items. So
Yeah.
this is kind of funny because this is the only item in the Mirabelle deck that I could find at the moment. It's the
Miracle
Miracle
Candle.
Candle.
Uh-huh.
So it's the Miracle Candle from where all their powers come from. But the thing is, my Miracle Candle's it has like autographs because
Mm-hmm.
it's I actually got it autographed by Ben and Ben.
The Ben and Ben.
The Ben and Ben.
Oh, that's all of Ben and
That's
Ben.
all of Ben and Ben. So
Oh.
it's one of my favorite cards. So tada.
So what do items do?
The items do upon play, you're able to use them already.
Okay.
Compared to like your creatures that have to dry, but items come in ready. So what items do is sometimes when you just play them, if they're on field, they have special abilities.
They have static effects.
Yeah, they have static effects, but some items also have with effects that you have to pay in order to use. You
Or
have to
exert them to use.
exert and then pay 2 or banish or whatever. But items are there for like a clutch.
Okay.
So like suddenly like it's on field threat to your opponent.
Right.
So like
They're like artifacts.
yeah, exactly, like
Yeah.
artifacts. So like for this one, the Miracle Candle's ability is that it can heal locations, which
Okay.
synergizes with Casa Madrigal right
see.
there. So this whole deck of Mirabelle is the whole family just singing together and
To tell their story, to hit
tell
that
their
20
story.
lore.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, so there you go.
So that is a tour of a card, a tour of a deck, and it hopefully gave you guys an insight of what playing Lorcana might be like, short of picking up your own starter deck. In case you haven't yet, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying our take on Lorcana, and if you've watched the other episodes of the games we play, that's the least you could do. Of course, besides joining us, jumping in to a game here, seeing you guys across the table. So, Bernice, I know how to play the game.
Okay.
I know the story of the game.
Okay.
I know that I can play my favorite characters, but let's get down to brass tacks here. What if I want to collect a certain character? What if I just want to collect Lorcana? What are the kinds of products I should be looking for? Because it's like a trading card game. Ravensburger is a board game company, mainly, first and foremost, but this is a big step for them. They jumped into the pool deep side first, and they survived. They did it. They got it. How long has the game been around?
The game's been around for almost like
3 years.
2023, 2024.
2.5.
Yeah, but two and a half. It just celebrated its first year last year,
Okay.
around August.
Oh, so magtutu.
Magtutu. It's
Okay.
all going to be two about.
And I think they're approaching a point in a trading card game's lifespan wherein we made it. Like, that's it, we made it. So, in the almost 2 years that they've been around, what product lines can we look out for besides starter decks, which have, again, a 60 card deck
Yep.
that is very much playable
Yep.
with one booster pack in it, booster packs that have how many cards? are in here?
24. There's 24 in the box, and there's 13 cards. So, can I?
Okay.
So a booster pack has 13 cards inside of them. Why do I suddenly know that? Because like booster packs are really good for pack rush. Pack rush is a mode of the game where you start to get your friends to play for the first time. It doesn't care about rules about colors and amount of cards. You only have 2 booster packs and run. So in a pack rush, you utilize 24 cards. So in this one booster pack, there's 12 playable cards. One card that's for it's usually advertisement, or it's usually like this.
Token or something?
Yeah, it's actually an art card where you collect and connect all of them. For this one, there's a lot. Let's just go with a lot. There's a big picture and the story into this, like the Reign of Jafar story. And yeah, since again it's 12 cards, the first 5 cards are all common, and
Five
then
commons.
yeah, the 5 commons in front, and then 5 uncommon in the uncommon in the back. The 4 uncommon in the back, I think.
5, 4, 9. So
Yeah.
there's 3 more.
There's 3 more. And then you have 2 that are rare and above. That's guaranteed rare and above. And then the very last is a foil. So the foil can be
Any rarity.
from the lowest of the common to the highest that is an enchanted. So in Lorcana, we have 6 actually.
Rarities.
6 rarities.
So common, uncommon.
Common, uncommon,
Rare.
super rare, super rare, and then legendary. And then the very last is the enchanteds.
Ah.
So
Okay, so very similar to other TCGs that you might have played. And in addition to these, I've seen maybe 2 more product lines. One is the Gateway. What is that? Like a super starter?
So we're gonna. So the thing is, the gateway is.
In case you guys see it, no, like in the
Yeah.
wild.
In case you see it in the wild, the gateway is the best set you can use when you want to start from zero. Like you have never learned the game, you want to learn it. So it's good for two players to start playing. It gives you.
It's for 2 na. Like in that box, it's just for 2.
It's
okay.
for 2, but it gives you 2 halves of a deck, 2 30 card decks. It's not yet a 60, but it's used to teach people how to play the
Just
game.
to learn the basics.
Yeah. So I think it has cards from set 1 to set 5.
Right.
And yeah, it's what you used to play. It has like counters, tokens, and like really pretty pictures of the characters.
And a super in-depth manual that teaches you the game step by step.
It also has like a board that like shows you how to lore, and then it's a very guided way of learning the game. When you don't have anyone to teach you yet, it's a good way. Also, the box, the material inside is very sturdy.
Right.
The box itself is very sturdy.
So you can just keep playing it over and over again, like run it through several pairs of people to learn.
Yeah, you can even just keep it and just keep the box and just take the cards to build your own decks for competitive play.
Because they're legal cards, they're just cards anyways.
Yeah, they're legal cards. So
Okay.
it's that. The next thing, like the Illuminator's Quest, is another item that we talked about earlier.
That one.
So Illuminator's Quest is technically a game. It's a multiplayer game that has 3 decks in one. Wow, 3 decks. Yes, it has 3 decks. One is Jafar's deck. Second is a blurple deck or a blue-purple deck. Yeah, we have names for this. And the next is an amethyst steel deck. So those,
Not as fancy a name.
no, it's actually we call amber steel. Sorry,
Amber, so
steel.
gray. Yeah.
We usually call yellow grays a steel song.
Steel song.
'Cause
Because
that's-
yellow sings a lot. Amber sings.
Yes,
Okay, Amber,
Amber sings like there's no
Okay,
tomorrow.
So this is, see.
Yeah, that's why ours is like this Madrigal one is
This is-
amber purple, amber amethyst, because it has singers and
Amethyst.
instants.
Okay.
Amethyst. So
So there's 2 decks inside
Yeah.
plus Jafar.
Plus Jafar.
Okay.
Because the Reign of the Illumineer's Quest is designed for you as a multiplayer or a single player to fight against Jafar.
PvE.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's a good way to start as well because it has like those two 60 card decks that are ready for play automatically.
And they can fight each other too if they wanted to.
Yes, you can bring those like 60 card decks that's not Jafar's deck into casual play.
Into an
or-
actual game.
Into an actual game. Another thing that, for those collectors who might be interested is only during Illumineer's Quest boxes and gift boxes gives you a chance for those special foil versions of 2 cards per deck.
So you can pull.
No, it's already there guaranteed.
And that's the only place you can get it.
Yes. So they have special foils for those characters.
I
They shine very differently.
Different foiling process siya.
Different foiling. So like I used to have one for Ursula's, the first Illumineer's Quest during set 4.
Right.
Piglet, and it was Piglet and Mulan.
Piglet.
And Piglet like really glazed nicely. And then the other deck is the Broom deck where it's I think it's Mickey and Yen Sid from The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Yeah. So if you're into collecting, that's the only way you can get those. Also, those 260 card decks have like meta cards that are kind of hard to find in the Philippines at the moment. So yeah, they're kind of really good when you're starting out.
Okay. So there is a decent spread of items already. Like look for starter decks, look for packs, look for the Illumineer's Quest.
Yeah, we have the Trove also.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a square box.
like a bundle.
Yeah, it's a bundle. So in Pokemon play, it's like ETBs.
Elite Trainer Box,
Yeah,
yes.
Elite Trainer Box.
In Magic, it's called a bundle, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bundle. Why I say that so because it has dice. It has 6-piece dice, lore counter. The box is kind of sturdy too. And
Storage box.
Storage box itself, a special edition storage box for the set, and then I think a few booster packs inside as well. And the thing is, there's this like rumor going around that if you buy those kinds, they have a higher chance of getting legendaries.
Oh, they have better seating.
Yeah, better seating. Someone can at least count.
Cannot guarantee though.
Cannot guarantee, but there's this like internal rumor that they're. And then the other like product line is this one, the booster. The booster box itself.
Right.
The booster box itself is one of the best ways to like if you really just want to collect stuff, you have 24 packs in one of these.
Yeah.
Which is so much easier for your budget if
Right.
you're looking for stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're starting off to like play competitively, you have the trial decks, you have the Illumineer's Quest, you have the treasure trove. There's so many ways to like go with it.
Or
Find your friends.
and get singles.
Yeah.
Which brings us into a big question.
Okay.
I'm sure by now the people who stayed with us on the podcast are sold. Like, okay, sige, I'll go out. I'll buy a what is this called? A starter deck.
Yeah, starter
I'll
deck.
buy a starter deck maybe. If we can find the Illumineer's Quest, we'll get that too. Jumping beyond that, because these have SRP.
Yeah.
How would you rate the, choosing my words very specifically here, the affordability or the sustainability, the financial burden of starting out Lorcana compared to these other games that you've played now? So what's that like?
I think Lorcana for me when I first started was a little more easier because the community is really nice. Because I started playing in California for it. So what happened was because I was like one of the rare kind, I was a girl amidst guys playing a card game. So they knew I love princesses, so they were giving the cards for free. But so like commons and uncommons, they're easily usable. So sometimes
They're essential still in deck building.
there's essentials in deck building, and my friends were like giving it to me as a way I started. So along with us in the Philippine communities, shout out to Phil, the Philippine Illumineers, is that we have like a box for beginners that we give them cards to start with. So in terms of common and uncommons, it's very easy and the community here is really kind to new players too.
That's how you build a community.
Yeah. So even back then when the official release wasn't out, we were already building up each other. So in terms of that, it's very easy to start collecting. But in terms of like competitive play, that's a whole different ball game right there.
Yeah. What's the average on a competitive deck?
So
But first, wait lang.
Okay,
Before we get into that,
Okay.
how would you define a competitive deck? I've been wondering this. I can't believe that it took us about almost 30 minutes to get to this point.
oh my gosh.
may rotation ba? Is there rotation in
Oh,
Lorcana?
okay. So-
Because this is set 8, right?
Yeah,
Is
this
that
is
the
set
most
8.
recent as recording?
Yeah, as of recording, this is the most recent.
So that's a big question. The big R. Is there
Okay.
is there rotation?
Oh yes, there is a rotation. Actually, the rotation is just about to start for Lorcana.
Huh.
With a game that's just started, with just a few years, a year, almost like 2 years in, the rotation will actually start on set 9. So how does that work, Bernie?
Yeah, what flakes out?
So the thing is, every year they take out the first 4 sets. So once set 9 hits, all
Set 4 down.
set 1 to 4 gone, unless there's a magical unless these cards are reprinted. So one of the best examples I can give is a card. Actually, it's in here. It's in this latest set. It's called Captain Hook.
So Captain Hook.
Captain Hook
was reprinted.
during
in
set 8.
Jafar's reign.
Yeah, and Reign of Jafar. So the thing is, like, Captain
Reign of
Hook
Jafar.
was from set 1.
Okay.
So because he got reprinted, his set 1 cards are still viable
Even after rotation.
even after the rotation because he's now counted for set 8.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
when set 8 is cut off, that's when Jafar gets cut off.
Unless
he gets reprinted again.
some way, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. So may ganon. So
So,
at
yeah.
least Ravensburg have planned for this.
Yeah, I think so.
And your cards aren't like all obliterated
Not all.
after the rotation.
Yeah.
If they see that some cards are mechanically needed or have value to stay in the rotation, what's it called? Standard? What's that? What's
Oh,
that
so
card called?
currently right now, because there is only about to come, it's not yet started, the rotation hasn't begun. So as of recording,
Yeah.
all cards are still legal.
So it's called standard or
For us, it's called Infinity and the standard.
okay. So infinity is everything.
Infinity is everything.
Okay,
So
alright.
set 9, Infinity, everything is still playable. And then the standard is the standard.
5 up.
5 up.
Okay.
So it's every year.
Okay,
1
so-
to 4 and so on and so forth.
So now might be a weird time to build. Now might be a weird time because the market might be fluctuating because of card prices on set 1 to 4 cards.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say it might be a little weird to build, but in terms of collecting, it's actually the best time.
Because people are like, oh, this is going to rotate. Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da.
actually, like some
Okay.
of the cards that used to be so expensive because of like rotation, pre-rotation,
Yeah.
pre-announcement.
And they don't know if this card's going to stay.
But we do have confirmed cards that are coming back.
Okay.
Like we have confirmed cards for set 8 that were rotated in, and then for set 9, like Maleficent. And,
Maleficent.
And then Pooh Bear right here. Pooh Bear's gonna get the Pooh Bear this art over here is Pooh Bear as a magical. It's a honey wizard Pooh.
Wasn't he always a honey wizard?
Actually,
love Pooh.
so yeah, Pooh Bear is like he got rotated. He's actually gonna have an enchanted card come set 9. So his cards that were released previous sets is still viable.
Technically.
Yeah.
Because it's in the set.
It's gonna be in the set.
Okay.
So
All right. So, but back to the first question I asked that opened up this whole rotation discussion. Magkano? How much? Like,
Okay.
ballpark it. Like,
ballpark,
I
the
want to
cheapest.
play.
Okay.
So, yeah, give me the budget and then give me standard average meta.
Okay, so to start a deck, like as you saw, these are the Mirabelle cards. They were not as expensive. They only got expensive or kind of rare because my friends were donating foils.
Okay.
But it's not that much to build a deck.
Yeah.
So you could imagine like about card is 50 below at the very least.
Okay.
Like the commons and uncommons are really
Okay.
easy to come by.
So, don't even count it to start. Sige.
So like have a trial deck and it's ready to go. But
You're good.
in terms of meta, so here's the thing about the meta.
Yes.
The meta is about to change because of the rotation.
Yes.
But before the change coming up, the cheapest deck for meta is $120.
$120.
$120.
So, parang 6K.
Yeah, about. And then from there, others that compete a lot foil it out and find the rarities and all that. But yeah, sometimes it's really not about how expensive your deck is. It's how well you pilot it.
Of course.
So from there, and yeah, so you can ballpark it from there. And then you could then, my suggestion when you're starting to build for meta is if you've been into other card gamings, go with either your favorite franchise or your favorite playstyle, because that will not go wrong. Because if you like a character hard enough, you will learn the playstyle.
Oh, yeah.
If you like a playstyle hard enough,
It doesn't matter
it
who
doesn't
it is.
matter anymore. You start winning. So yeah, ballpark wise, 100, 120. And then from there, just trade with your friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, the community, a Filipino community for Lorcana is very live and active and really nice.
Yeah, I think right now because we recently just got the official distribution channels.
Yeah.
Like legit, you don't have to go through gray market anymore or pabile from the states.
Oh.
So much easier now. So
Yeah.
I think an idea that we can introduce here is box breaking, wherein because again, you said a box. Sorry, a deck can only have two colors, right? So how does that work? Like let's say I want the green, I want the greens, I want the
I would like
purples.
to shout out to our favorite friend, Sir Nico. This one's for you.
Yeah.
So, and before the officials come in, official, distribution, we had box breaking
Yeah.
headed out by Sir Nico. And then what happens is back then there weren't dual colors yet.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering.
We would break the box into 6 and then pay a fixed amount for each color.
Split the price six
Split,
ways. Yeah.
whoever gets the colors first. But then when the split colors happened, what he did was like, okay, if it's yellow and purple, if this dice is odd, the yellow runs-
So they
we
randomize it.
So it's
okay.
like a little more fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
parang-
But yeah, that's what we did. So box breaks are also best.
Because if you're just a color specific deck and you just want to build your amber amethyst or you just want to build your steel emerald,
all that.
you can do that to build your collection, to build your card pool, and just to slowly wrap up our episode here before we get official tournaments here in the Philippines. I'm sure right now people have their own communities, like small casuals.
We have the Phils, the Philippine Lumineer that
There you go.
helps everyone do.
Yeah.
While there's no officials yet.
Hopefully you can get one here in Playcafe because I would love to meet the Phils. I would like to. Did I say that right?
Yeah, the Phil,
sorry.
PHIL, Philippine
Yeah.
Lumineers.
Yeah, I would like to be part soon because I'm super curious about the game. Would like to get into it. Give us a teaser. Like, what does it look like at the peak of competition? Ano yung itsura ng competitive
Oh my
Lorcana?
God. So I've been given the chance to both play and set championships locals in America, and also got a chance to play qualifiers in Las Vegas for the Disney Lorcana Challenge, and also attend Continentals or North America Continentals, the very first one. So I've seen how amazingly wondrous it is.
Yes.
But
And sweaty and
sweaty and scared and a little kabado.
Yes.
So, but what happens is like people bring what they can do at the best of their abilities.
so optimized.
Optimized decks. Once you reach a certain tables, their cards are alternate arts, they're foils, it's insanely amazing.
And then they stretch the mechanics of the game to the max.
Yeah, like you would see combos that you would not think possible, and everyone knows what they're doing. Like everyone knows the maximum capacity of their cards, and they're still like kind people to play against. Because it's a Lorcana game, it's a Disney game. People are a little more friendlier and kinder to it, but you will never erase the sweaty people that are really competition mode. But yeah. I was lucky enough to rank well enough during during Las Vegas, and I've seen how sweaty it is to be. I brought in a hyper aggro deck, like a really extremely fast amber amethyst
That
deck.
one?
No, not yet that one.
That
That's
one?
like a mid-range version, but at its peak, it could win the game at round 5.
20 lore by
boom,
then.
20 done. It was that crazy fast, but like it has no breaks. It's like all gas, no breaks. But in terms of competitive wise, you would see different kinds of players in competitive level. You would see a little adults. You would see kids. You would see teenagers, and you would see families that are playing. You would have like parents playing competitively while their kids and their significant others playing the side events.
Right.
So it's better to come in as a team and not as a solo.
Or you make friends there.
Along the way, yeah. Some of the friends I made along the way were people from the other side of America who just went there for Vegas, and we're still in touch even until now. They were also like, some of them were from Oregon, some from like different places, and they even like sent cards over to me to bring back to the Philippines. So like because of that rotationary, we were able to bring league promos to the Philippines before there were league events, and yeah. So it's a full circle. So I wouldn't be here if not for the Love to Lore girls and guys and everyone in that group. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Exciting to think of the future of Lorcana. Exciting to think that now we have cards, decks, hopefully a community brewing here in Play Cafe. Bernicci, thank you so much
Thank you, sir.
for joining us and sharing your love for Lorcana. And real quick, tell us the story of this playmat.
Oh my God.
Because we closed on the tournament scene, right? The ladder,
Oh, yeah.
the Disney Lorcana Challenge, you
Yeah,
called
that's
it?
the qualifiers.
Or the Continentals.
Oh, yeah.
Ano story na itong playmat na to?
So this-
Because that's you, look at that.
That's me. So this is what you call a set championship playmat. So like we've stated earlier, it's different for qualifiers, and qualifiers is what you get in, what you need to get in order to get to continentals and subsequently worlds. Well, these are from set championships, which are hosted by local LGSs. And then-
Mirabel.
yeah, it's Mirabel. So every set, at the end of the set, the last month of the set, registered shops can host a set championships. And during the set championships, the top eight the top eight pricing is this amazing promo card, while the top one and top two get a chance for these playmats. So this playmat actually was really crazy because I grinded for like 4 events for it for like 4 weekends.
So 4 set championships.
4 set
So 4 na tournament yon.
Apat na weekends yun. But I could only hit the highest at top 8. And that was the very first time I made it to top 8. But my friends were like, Bernice, you love Mirabel so much. So one of them sent it for me from Germany. So there's a German Mirabel.
Yeah, no, it says nicht on mein Family. So it is,
Yeah.
it's German.
And then this one is from my friend over in Portland that
It's in
sent
English.
it over.
It's in English.
Like, she sent it just because like she knows I love Mirabel. But how do you have this, Bernice? So like my local friends in California knew I love Mirabel, and I didn't make it to the top 8. I mean, the top 4.
The finals.
The finals.
Yeah.
They were like, you know, you're a friend. We take mercy on you. We'll give it to you at a lower cost. And I was like, you know what?
Buy it na lang.
I'll buy it na
Yeah.
lang. And the funny part is this was during Shimmering Skies, and the very next set.
The set,
Yeah. The very next set, which was Azurite Sea, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be able to do it. And then I proceed to like go into 4 just 4, my usual 4. I managed to make it to top 8 twice. And the last one, I made it to top 2, which got me a Scar playmat.
You got the playmat.
I got a playmat, but it's Scar.
This Scar?
No, it's a
different art.
It's a different art. I think we have it here. It's this guy. That's why I have 2 copies of him in my binder.
Scar's so cool.
There's Scar, like yeah.
Scar is so
I have a
cool.
playmat of him, so there's that too. That one I earned. So the difference in the playmats are like back then before set 6 was that you would have 2 playmats, one top 1 and top 2. The top 1 has a big champion on it, and the top 2 is like the art.
cleaner.
It's cleaner. So I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah.
But now with how set 7 and the subsequent sets are coming, is that their ruling is that entry maximum of 40 per local.
40 players?
Yeah, 40 players. Each player gets an entry card. Actually, I have a copy of it here. So each player gets an entry card like this one. Like this one was from last set, Hiro Hamada. So you get this as entry, and the top 8 still get the art card. The
the
top
fancier
8, the
one.
fancy. One of my friends, like I made it to top 10. She made it to top 8, and she was like, Bernice, this is my gift for you because you're going back to the Philippines. I was like, thank you. So this one, yeah, that's why I have one from Ashley. So yeah, but now only one play mat is out, which is the champion. And come set 9, we will be having Maleficent. So like a lot of people are preparing for that.
Oh yeah.
Like Maleficent Dragon.
That's the Maleficent.
The Maleficent Dragon.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bernicci, thank you so much for sharing Lorcana with us. It's clear that your love has grown. Many a community, many a player. Tell us where we can reach you, just in case folks watching want to ask more questions about Lorcana or get into your art, get into your cosplaying.
So yeah, I'm available at BernicciCorner. So like it's somewhere there, but so it's Bernicci at BernicciCorner. I'm in Instagram most of the time and Facebook. I have a Facebook page for it, and I also have an Instagram for it. Yeah, you would see all of my Lorcana adventures and all of my Disney and cosplaying. It's all over there. But don't hesitate to like message me if you ever have any questions for Lorcana. And yeah, I'm coming from the point of view of someone who does this for fun and also does it competitively if it's not pretty much seen. But yeah, I'm a good middle ground to like, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Lovely. Thank you so much. I hope to see Lorcana grow here in Play Cafe. Once again, this has been another episode of the games we play. Again, on behalf of Bernicci, my name is Leo. Do reach out to us on our social media, playcafebgc, Playcafe, or check out the website, www.playcafeph.com. And once again, like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed our chat about the Disney Lorcana TCG, join us on June 28th for a Learn to Play demo. Come on down to Play Cafe. See you there, Illumineers!